Hello friends, so today's video is going to be a book haul. Before jumping into that though, a big thank you to Book of the Month for working with me on today's video. I know a lot of you have heard of Book of the Month before. Some exciting news that they are actually going to be offering their services in Canada very soon, so I think that's fantastic. If you've never heard of Book of the Month, which is probably not the case because they're very popular, but if you haven't and are unsure how they work, it is a monthly subscription book box where you have 5 to 7 different selections each month of brand new hardcovers, and all of their selections are going to be a range of different authors, debut authors, sometimes returning authors, and different genres. For the month of October, there are actually 7 different books that you can choose from. The first is a young adult book called As Long as the Lemon Trees Grow. This powerful story tracks the journey to self-discovery and hope of a young Syrian woman whose life is upended by war. After that, we have 2 different historical fiction books. First, we have Jacqueline in Paris. Before she was First Lady or a fashion icon, Jackie O was just a girl on an idyllic study abroad in the City of Lights. The second historical fiction is called Hester. You'll never look at the Scarlet A the same after reading this quintessential New England tale of power and desire. Then we have another young adult book called Foul Lady Fortune. Stay alert, the first imperative in the shadowy 1930s Shanghai tale of spycraft and hijinks where death is ever near. Then we have a thriller called The Family Game. The rules of this game may be simple, but when your shady in-laws are up to no good, making it out alive is anything but. Then we have a fantasy called Thistlefoot. House on chicken legs plus girl who can bring inanimate objects to life plus prophecy foretold adds up to a perfect fantasy. Then we have Paranormal Fiction, Sign Here. Peyote Trip has a job from hell literally, but this spooky season, he could be due for a devilishly big promotion. On top of those 7 selections, there's also the option to get an add-on, one of which would be The Kiss Curse. Sometimes magic is as simple as an unexpected kiss, as 2 rival shop owners soon find out in this bewitching rom-com. If you're interested in checking them out, I'll have information in the description bar down below, as well as a discount code so you can get your first box for $9.99. A big thank you again to Book of the Month for working with me on today's video. Now jumping into some other books I've gotten recently. First up, these books come from my local used bookstore, Bookman's. I've talked about Bookman's many a time. I have a whole vlog where I take you along with me to my local used bookstores. Bookman's is amazing, and once again, they had some books I was interested in. I got 3 of the 4 books in the Rain Wilds Chronicles by Robin Hobb. I'm just about done with my read-through of the Lifeship Traders, and I've been enjoying that series quite a bit. I've heard not the best things of this series. It seems like this is everybody's least favorite or one of their least favorite series in the realm of the Elderlings, but I'm still interested to see, especially because I just think opinions about Realm of the Elderlings, they are so different from reader to reader. So I'm definitely curious what I'm going to think of this series. But I saw that they had 3 of the 4, and I was like, I gotta get them. And they were so inexpensive, as they always are at Bookman's. This one was only $4.50. So you kind of can't go wrong with that. And now after I complete Lifeship, I can jump right into these. Or maybe not right into them, but I will have them when I am ready. Bookman's does often have hardbacks in, they often have the taller paperbacks. I just happened to grab a lot of the smaller copies of books that I found, one of them being Guards by Terry Pratchett. I've wanted to get into Discworld for a very long time, but I know there are so many books in that series, so I think this is going to be something that I try to make my way through next year. My friend Alan has a whole guide to Discworld, so if you're interested, check out Alan's video. But I am really excited to get around to it. I've heard that Terry Pratchett is hilarious, that he's kind of abstract and strange and almost breaking the wall where sometimes it feels like he's just talking directly to you, and that when you read his books, there are a lot of themes that are actually really powerful, but they're coming into the picture alongside all of the silly humor, which I find is one of my favorite ways to take in deeper themes. So I'm really excited to eventually get around to Discworld. I also found some Mercedes Lackey books. So I asked a little bit ago your thoughts on a reading order. This is not the series that I'm going to be starting with. I'm actually probably going to start with the Arrows trilogy, I believe it's called. I have a bind up of that. Actually, one of you sent it to me, which was very sweet. So Mercedes Lackey is another person who has, oh my gosh, so many books out. And this particular Valdemar, I believe the world is called, is enormous. She has so many books in the series, so it can be kind of tricky to figure out where you get into the series through. I would say it almost seems more daunting than Discworld, which I always thought Discworld was one of the most daunting, and then heard about her works. And the reading order I found, which seems very helpful, and a lot of you said, yeah, that's actually pretty solid, you can stick with that. They listed so many books, and then after listing them, they're like, there's also all these different standalones that you can put in here and there, you can read them out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how many books are in this world? So another thing to try to get into next year. I'm really excited. And also, let's take a sec to appreciate these classic fantasy covers. Look at them. They're hilarious. Last, for the books that I got from Bookman's, we have Hotel Magnafique, and this is specifically the Owlcrate edition. So I've been interested in this one, but it's not something I'm in a hurry to get around to. And then when I saw a special edition at my local bookstore, I was like, I mean, all right. I was already wanting to wait until I found it on sale and then to find the special edition on sale. I got really excited. So I grabbed it. I think it was $10. And I think we had store credit this time around. And it's signed by the author, $10.50, pardon me. After that, we have some books that came in that I pre-ordered, and I am so excited because they are even more beautiful than I imagined, and they are the first of the Witcher hardbacks. So these go along with the illustrated edition that came out as far as the formatting and style and things like that. I wish, for those of you that don't have it in person, I wish that you could see it in person, because oh my gosh, they're gorgeous. They're so beautiful. And the art style, I saw when they announced it that they were going to have a different artist for each of the covers, and I was like, that's a little interesting. And I came around to actually really liking that, because it then features a lot of different, very talented people. And it also just makes every single cover feel like you're getting your favorite artists that you can't choose from. It's like you don't have to, because all of their amazing artwork is going to be there. So this is the first one, The Blood of Elves. This is the first book in the official series. And it's really a detail that I was really excited about, is that this one has a red look. It has red on the spine, and so therefore the colors on the map go with it. They have a red color. And then on this one, Time of Contempt, which this artist I have followed for so long, and when I saw this art, I was like, I know who that is. They also do artwork for Magic the Gathering. Anyway, getting back to it, this is beautiful. It has it has a bold purple, which I really like, and then on the inside, it matches. How great is that detail? I just love that. Oh my gosh, I have been waiting so long for us to have beautiful, wonderful Witcher editions in English for the entire series. Darn it, because people will start and they'll do the first one and then they won't keep going, and it always is like, dang it. And I'm so glad that they finally have committed to doing these hardbacks, and that now that they've really committed, and they've done such a great job already with these first two. I can't wait till we have all of them. Oh, how beautiful is it going to look to have them all on the shelf? I'm so excited. They're so beautiful. They knocked it out of the park. Great job, Orbit. These are great. Next up is something that I'm very excited about. So, what is this? A hardback of Fireborn that matches the other two books in the series? What? I'm sorry for being so corny. I'm so excited. So, Rosario Mundo recently, because she, like a lot of readers, is a little, wanting the books to match. And the mid-series cover change is something that, guess what? It irks authors too. They like it when their books all have a similar look together. And so she's been working to try to find some way to be able to have a matching cover to make sure that the book matches the second and third books in the series. So now from her website, you can print off from the comfort of your own home. You can print off this. There's directions as to exact sizing and everything for you to get the best look possible, so that you have an alternate sleeve to go on your first book. So this goes on just the regular hardback edition of Fireborn. And what's nice is that even though the art style was different on the first book, the size was exactly the same as the second and third. So all you have to do is print off the sleeve, cut the edges, wrap it around, and there you go. Now you have a matching set. So a big thanks, because it's a little thing, but it is something that a lot of us, you know, it's nice to have your books match, and it means a lot that an author would go out of their way to try to make sure that readers had this option. After that, we have a manga bind-up that my husband and I kind of took a chance on. It was a special edition. It was absolutely gorgeous, and it was recently Sean's birthday, his 30th birthday. He had a little bit of a crisis about that. We actually did a silly video for it. I'll have that linked if you're interested. But we saw this, and Sean really enjoys manga. He's always enjoyed manga. Actually, quite a while back, he has a video talking about some of his favorite manga and manga recommendations, so I'll have those linked. But regardless, I'm so glad we got this for him because he's already read some of it and really loved it, and I can't wait to read it. This is one where I'm like, don't tell me about it because I want to read it too. And the story is called The Girl from the Other Side. How beautiful is this book? The artwork is gorgeous on the cover, and then on the inside there's a lot of really beautiful details. That's it for some books that I've gotten recently. A big thank you again to Book of the Month for working with me on today's video. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day. If you have any thoughts on any of the books I mentioned, feel free to leave those in the comments. But anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye.